Hello everyone, my name is Kian. Today I am going to present the topic of architecture of 8086 in processor architecture. Now let's see the components of architecture of 8086 microprocessor. First, you will see the memory interface which contains. Now we are going to see about the memory interface. As the architecture of 8086 consists of two components, one is BIU and second one is EU. BIU is the bus interface unit and EU is the execution unit. As the BIU consists of only the fetching of the code from the current memory location, and execution part and the decoding part occurs in the execution unit. Now we will see the segmentation process in 8086 microprocessor. As we can see that there are 4 segments, each consisting of 4 bytes. As there are 4 segments in which the code segment consists of the code which we are going to implement. Stack segment, it consists of the stack related operations and queue related operations. Data segment consists of the data which is related to the program, and extra segment is it is a 4 byte which is an additional part of the data segment. Now let's see the first part of the architecture of 8086, which is the bus interfacing unit. As we know that the bus interfacing unit provides 8086 memory interface to the external memory and input-output devices. As it operates with the bus cycles so it provides the machine cycles for the memory read and input-output read to transfer the data with external memory and input-output devices. Now we will see the functions of bus interfacing unit. First, it generates the 20-bit physical address for the accessing of the memory. Next, it fetches the instruction from the given memory location. Third is it transfers the data to and from the memory and the input-output devices. And last one is the main part, which is it supports the pipelining by using the 6-byte instruction queue. Now we will see the main components of bus interfacing unit, which are, the first one goes here, the segment registers. It consists of 6 segment registers, and in which we are discussing about the code segment register. As the code segment register holds the address of the code segment, and it stores all the programs of the code segment. As the code segment is multiplied by 10h to give the physical address, that is code segment of the address. For example, we take the address as 4321h, which is multiplied or appended with 10h. So we get the 43210h. It is the starting address of the code segment. Now we will see the next segment, that is the data segment. Now we will see the data segment register. As it is the second part of the register, we can see that the data segment holds the address of the data segment, and it is multiplied in the same way. It is multiplied with 10h, as we have taken an example of the address as 4321h, and it is appended with 10h to obtain the 43210h. As we can say, it is the starting address of the data segment. Now we will see the third register, that is. Now we will see the third register, that is the stack segment register. As the stack segment register also holds the address of the stack segment, and in the same way it is multiplied with 10h to give the 20-bit physical address. For example, we will take the 4321h in similar way, and it is appended with 10h to obtain the starting address of the stack segment. Now we will see the third register, the fourth register, that is extra segment register. As I told you, extra segment register stores the extra data of the data segment, and in the similar way it is also used to obtain the 20-bit physical address. In the same way, we are appending the extra segment register with 10h in order to get the 20-bit physical address. Now we will see about the instruction pointer. It is the fourth part. Let's see about the instruction pointer. It is a 16-bit register. It is similar to a 16-bit register, and it stores the offset address of the segment register. As the address of the next instruction is stored in the instruction pointer. as the instruction pointer is incremented by every instruction byte, and the IP value gets a new value when a branch is occurred. Now we will check about the address generation circuit. As the bus interfacing unit has a physical generation circuit in which it generates the 20-bit physical address and the offset address using the following formula. In order to obtain the physical address, we use the following formula, that is segment address into appended vec10 plus offset address. Now we will know about the instruction queue, that is a 6-byte prefetch queue. As it is 6 byte first in first out, it supports the pipelining mechanism, and fetching the instruction while executing the instruction is called as pipelining. As the BIU fetches the next 6 instruction bytes from the code segment and stores it into the queue. Now we will see the second part of the architecture of 8086. As the execution unit removes the instruction from the queue which is obtained from the pipelining process and executes them. As the queue is filled when at least 2 bytes are empty, as 8086 has a 16-bit data bus. The pipelining increases the efficiency of the microprocessors. As we know, the pipelining fails when a branch occurs as per the prefetched instruction and which are no longer useful for us. Now let's see the second part of the architecture of 8086. It's known as execution unit. It fetches the instruction from the queue in BIU and decodes and executes them, as the decoding part occurs in the execution unit. It performs the arithmetic, logic and internal data transfer operations within the microprocessor. It sends the request signals to the BIU to access the external monitor. Now we will see the general purpose registers in execution unit. As similar to the BIU, it also consists of the registers as 4 registers are used, that is AX, BX, CX and DX. These are the 4 registers. As AX register consists of 16 bits and similarly BX register consists of the 16 bits. And CX register is for the count for instructions like root, rotate, shift, etc. And DX register, it is used with AX to hold 32-bit values. It also used for multiplication and division purposes. Now we will see the stack pointer, which is 16 bits. It holds the offset address on the top of the stack, and it is used in LIFO manner. Now we will see the base pointer. The base pointer holds the offset address of any location which is present in the stack segment. Now we will see the source index. It is normally used to hold the offset address for the data segment, but can also be used for the other segments using segment overriding process. Destination index. It is also used to store the offset address of the data segment, but it can be only used for the other segments using segment overriding. So, in order to this, we have understood about the 2 parts of the architecture of 8086. I think you have understood it. Thank you for listening to my concept.